Chapter 8, Nikki Marshall. I wake up in an instant when my alarm goes off. Grabbing my phone, I turn off the alarm and call the office. Making up my best scratchy throat, not difficult from drinking last night, I talk to friends answering machine. It's Nikki. I won't be coming into work today. I've been throwing up all night. See you tomorrow. Release. Barely a blink of sleep later and the alarm is going off again. It's now 7:30 and I've got a text from Steph. Are you still coming in today? I answer her back, yes, just getting up. I get ready while listening to music. Once I get out to the car, I text Steph to let her know I'm leaving. Us too. Flipping through radio stations, I find one playing a good song. As long as the good music keeps going, then it doesn't seem that long to go anywhere. Traffic slows to a crawl as soon as I get to Edmonton. There must be an accident up ahead. I press the button and down goes my window. There is some honking in front of me. Something tells me that there isn't an accident. The closer and closer I get, the more I can see. There's a group of people picketing on the road. Some vehicles are slowly pushing through the people. My phone vibrates. I pull it out of my pocket. Do you see this? Crazy people. Brad texts. I look back at the road. No one's moved. Looking around me, I spot Brad's truck a couple of vehicles back in the next lane. My lane starts up again as a few vehicles swerve around the group. I open my window so I can hear them clearly. Two women break off from the group and come closer. The rest of them spread out to stop the people going around them. Repent now, the end is here. Demons are rising up and taking over the world, one woman shouts out. A blonde woman goes up to the vehicle in front of me. She freaks out and starts banging on the window. The car jumps forward, tires screeching as he runs through the lineup of people. Fuck, I say when the girl runs towards me. I don't know what to do. Panic courses through my veins. My foot barely hits the gas pedal. In my panic, I only catch the pedal with a small portion of my shoe. My foot slides off. The car goes forward, but not fast enough. Blondie's arms and face come through my window opening. Hands go to my neck. Gas pedal. Pressing down hard, the car goes forward fast. Choking, my hands off the steering wheel, try to loosen her grip. She twists my head with her other hand in my hair. A sudden bang and thrust forward throw her out of the vehicle. I hit a lamppost. She screams enraged and leaps towards me. In a blur, she's gone, and Sean is at my window opening the door. Are you okay? We have to get you out of here. My hands fumble for a moment with the seatbelt. It lets loose. I grab my bag. Sean takes my hand and helps me out. The girl is on the ground but getting up. She's furious. Stephanie has the truck door open. We jump in and Brad slams on the gas. I must have spaced out for a moment. Steph looks at me worried. Her hand goes up to my cheek. Her lips move, but only the last part I hear once I focus. Okay? I think so. Steph lets go of my face. My hands go up to the spots where the blonde's hands had just been. They hurt, but it shouldn't last long. Shit, what the fuck is going on? We pick up speed, suddenly swerving. I look out the front window. This can't be real. I have no words. What just happened? Why did she do that to me? My car. I hope I won't get in trouble for a hit and run. Under the circumstances, I would hope they'd understand I needed to get to safety first. I need to call insurance and file a police report. All thoughts clear out when I see an impossible sight. A lizard with wings lighting buildings, cars, and people on fire with its breath. A dragon. A dragon's behind us now as we turn down a road. A little way down, we turn into the parking lot of the mall and park. What are you doing? Steph half asks, half screams. Getting off the road. It's not safe out here. Brad answers her back a bit more calmly, but you can still feel the panic in his voice. And you think it's any safer in there? She yells. Who knows, but at least they've got cops, food, and shelter in there. We can hide until it's safer. Do you have any better suggestions? Sean answers her this time. The boys seem to be on the same page. Stop it. No fighting. We go inside and find the cops. Then we figure out everything from there. I yell. I don't want to stay here longer than I have to. We can figure out what's going on after we get to the police. The vehicle is suddenly very quiet. Stephanie is the first to open the door and get out. I leave and catch up to walk beside her. We get to the doors before the boys finally meet up. Inside is completely different from what's going on out there. People are laughing and going about their regular business like nothing is happening. No one is running, nothing is on fire, no weird creatures flying around. Brad walks like he's on a mission. He runs through the halls. When we turn the last corner to the police station, he sprints the last part. I miss what he says to them to start with, but when I come through the open door, I can see they do not look impressed. The one officer comes closer to us. I recognize this. He's trying to see if Brad's eyes are dilated or if his breath smells like alcohol. The other officer looks a bit tense, like he's ready to jump in if Brad tries anything. I try to stop the list of questions before they even start. We're not drunk or high. Turn on the news or take a look outside. He's telling the truth. What you're saying is impossible. We're going to have to give you a chance. We're going to give you one chance to explain yourselves before we arrest you. You're wasting our time for a prank, the closer officer says. This isn't a prank. We're telling the truth. Pulling out my cell phone from my pocket, I Google Edmonton News. I go to the first site on the list. It goes to a local news website. Going through the list, I found nothing about what we saw. Nothing about any of the other things happening out there. No updates, period, starting from an hour ago. I go back to the home screen and click on the internet and go to my socials. Immediately, I find everything I'm looking for. I shove the phone in the direction of the officer. He barely looks at it before saying, "Get your phone out of my face right now, or I will arrest you." We hear a scream coming from the halls. Both the officers run out of the security office. It doesn't take long before they disappear from view. We hear them shooting off their guns. Brad runs behind the counter. He's looking for something. I go towards the door and look around the corner. There are so many of them. Creatures that only belong in the scariest of nightmares and horror films. "Help me find the keys," he shouts. "To what?" Sean yells back at him. "To the cell. What else?" Turning around, I snap at Brad. "What the hell are you going to do? Lock yourself in a cell? It's a death trap. I don't think it would take much for any of those things to get through the bars." Steph suddenly runs out the door. Forget about Brad and Sean. I go after her. She can't be alone. Running towards the main part of the mall, she then turns and runs down a hall a long way and opens a maintenance door. I catch the door before it closes behind her. There's a long, winding hallway she leads me down. There are no more screams, no more people down here. She seems to know where she's going. We run through the empty hall and into another set of back ways, another hall and another back way. My mind can't begin to imagine where she's going and what she's thinking. She finally stops at a large set of double doors and repeatedly hits a buzzer. Her breath is heavy. I don't know if it's from the run or a panic attack. I say her name quietly. "Stephanie?" She freezes. Brad and Sean stop behind me. I hadn't realized they were following us. Opening my mouth to say something, a beeping interrupts me. The door opens only a moment later. A brunette with pink highlights opens the door. From her apron, I can tell she works at the dollar store. Stephanie runs through the doors. She stops. "Stephanie?" The moment her name comes out of the girl's mouth, Stephanie's body goes limp, only because she is so close to the girl. The girl catches Steph before she hits the ground. In my panic, I almost trip over myself, rushing to her. The girl puts Stephanie on the floor carefully, her eyes opening slowly. "Are you okay?" The words come out of both of our mouths, almost at the same time. "I'm hot." Her voice is groggy and faint. "Water?" The other girl goes to a bunch of drink bottles in the crates and grabs water for Stephanie. "What happened?" Brad and Sean come through the door. Sean shuts it behind himself. Brad goes to the other side of Steph and wraps her in his arms. She fainted. The girl hands Steph an open water bottle. "Kiana, do you have anything with sugar in it?" It sounds like Brad knows her too. "I'm fine. I think it's gone now." Stephanie tries to get up. Brad lets her after a moment of holding her in place. She looks a bit wobbly at first, but steadies herself. "So what are you doing here?" Kiana asks. Some crazy shit is going out there. There are these things attacking everyone," Sean announces. "Right, like what? Animals?" Poor Kiana looks confused. I don't blame her for Sean's vague response. "No, like dragons and demons and stuff like that," he clarifies. "Right, you're crazy." "Oh no, demons are attacking. We must go run and hide." She mocks being scared, then looks over each of us. "Are you high? Why is everyone asking us that? We're not high." I'm starting to get annoyed at everyone assuming that we are high. "Come help me, please." A heavily accented message comes over the speaker system. "I have to go. Stay here," Kiana says before punching a code in and going through the door opposite to the one we came through. No one else moves to stop her. Are they just going to let her go? I run and kick at the door to stop it from closing behind her. The door opens a bit from the kick. I go through and close it behind me. "Wait, don't go. It's dangerous. We need to get back into the back room," I try to tell her. There's a huge crash followed by a scream. Kiana stops in her place for a moment before she comes closer to the aisle. She goes to the end and peeks around the corner very quickly. Turning around, she waves at me to go back. I can see fear in her expression. She doesn't have to say anything. I rush back to the door, almost forgetting about the alarm as I turn the handle. At the last moment, I remember not to push it open. Kiana comes up to me next and punches in the code. I go through first. Kiana shuts the doors behind her. She whispers, "You weren't kidding. Fuck this shit. We have to get out of here." "And go where? Outside where the dragons are?" Brad asks. I can tell he's tried to whisper, but it still came out pretty loud. Shit, fuck, Kiana says at a normal level. She's not going to be much help in this. Her mind is too shocked from just learning about what is happening. I try to get her mind off of it. Focus on what needs to be done right now. Is there somewhere safe we can go? It's not like a locked door is going to help much, Kiana says. Contrary to what she just said, she runs to the back room doors and locks them. There's a monitor in the office. We can watch them, see how many there are in the store. There's a cage we use to lock up the store at night. It would at least be a little bit of protection if we can get them out of the store. The world turns black. I scream, waiting for, at any moment, something to swipe its claws through me. When it doesn't happen, I reach for my phone. Turning it on, I turn on the flashlight and scan the room. Everyone is frightened, but they are okay. There doesn't look like there's anything in here. It just looks like the power went off. Well, there goes the cameras, Kiana mutters. Are there any backup generators? Sean says. Not in here. There's some when you get out to the halls for lights and whatnot. Kiana moves away from us towards the store. So we should have a bit of light once we open that door. I point to the door behind me. Very little, if any. It would probably only light up the front of the store. Kiana seems to have stopped near the door. Grab something to defend yourself. We need to get that cage shut, I say. Who knows what might still be in the store. I'm not going out there, Steph screams. If something didn't know we were in here before, they'd know now. It's safer for you to come with us. She's right. We need to get the cage shut, and we need to stick together. Don't turn this into that moment in every horror movie that someone goes off on their own and gets killed. Kiana plays dirty, even if it might be true. I've had enough of this conversation. We need to get that cage closed immediately. I scan the room with my phone light and find a small broom, a push broom, a mop and bucket. It's better than nothing. Grabbing the small broom, I take the dustpan off and go to the door. I turn off the flashlight on my phone, readying the broom. I open the door a crack. I can't see anything at this angle, but I listen for the sounds from the demons. I'm not exactly sure what those would be, but I don't hear anything close either way. I open the door quickly. Kiana wasn't kidding when she said there would only be a little bit of light. It's almost pitch black back down at the back of the store, but I can see some light coming from the front of the store. A light lights up behind me. I turn back. Turn that off, I whisper. I can't see, Steph says back to me. She sounds scared. Brad grabs her phone and shuts off the light. Let's go, he says. I don't have to be told twice. We all quietly but quickly go down the hall. I'm not sure if our being quiet is even going to help us. Just like Kiana had done, I peek around the corner when I get to the edge of the aisle. I don't see anything but a dark puddle on the floor. There isn't anything in the hall either. Kiana walks up beside me. I need to get to the other side. The cage is tucked into the wall over there. It's loud, so we need to do this fast. She doesn't wait for a response before she runs out of the store and to the other side. She opens the small door and starts pulling out a cage door. While she's running the cage back to the side of the store, I go out to help her lock it. We wait for a moment after locking us in the store. Nothing. There's no movement outside and no sounds come from the store. A smile spreads across my face. We are safe for the moment. The cage rattles behind me. I jump, turn, and scream. It's a couple and a kid. Please let us in. The desperation in the woman's voice chills me. I rush to the lock and let them in, locking the cage behind them. I look around to see if there's anyone else out there. I see someone running. They look behind them and scream. Something is chasing them right down this hall. I almost yell to the person to come here, but the demon tackles them to the ground before I have the chance. Go! There isn't much of a warning. I can get out before I run down the aisle we had come out of. Everyone follows in a panic. I put my back to the aisle and wait. Come on, let's go to the back room, Kiana whispers. I don't want to get backed into a corner back there with no cameras to see what's going on, no light to see what's going on around us. But then again, it's probably better that we get some distance between the demons and us. I'm the last one to get into the back room. Stephanie already has her phone's light on. I close the door behind me. Everyone is going through the aisles back here to the other side. Everyone packs into the staff room. Kiana closes the door behind me. We stay quiet, just listening for the longest time. Everyone gets a chance to calm down a bit. I pull out a chair and sit down. What next? I think about it. We close the cage and now we've shut ourselves into a small room. If there's something in here with the store with us, it would have killed us by now. This is stupid. We need some light, and who knows how long the batteries are going to last. We need the phones for other things. What do they always say whenever there's a disaster? Watch or listen to the news for directions, stay in a safe place, prepare for everything, conserve food, They should have something in here. It's a dollar store. We should have everything we need to stay here for a long time. I pull out my phone and turn it on. There's no service in here. Must be all the concrete surrounding us. Anyone have service? Everyone pulls out their cell. Steph grabs hers off the table. All around, no one has service. Must be a bad reception back here, Sean says before he tucks his phone back into his pocket. No, I usually get service back here, but I've got nothing, Kiana says. So what, they caught off our cells? Communication blackout? What the hell is going on? Brad is getting angrier by the second. Keep your conspiracy theories to yourself. We've got no cell phones. There's nothing we can do about it. Our question should be, what do we do next? We can't stay in here forever. We need to get to a police station. I wonder what Kiana thinks the police will do about this all. Guns have only so much ammo, and who knows if it would work on those things or not. We tried the police here. They're dead now, and we're left without protection. Those things are everywhere, Brad tells Kiana. Protection. We need to protect ourselves. Thump. I turn my head a bit. Something crashes to the ground. It's faint. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it wasn't anything. I was just hearing things. Everyone shut up. It works. Everyone falls silent. I wait for a moment. We can't stay in here forever. We need protection. There's an army surplus store upstairs. If we can get there, we'll at least have something to protect ourselves with. Why? What's the point? They don't know we're in here. I say, we stay here for a while. We have enough supplies that we could survive in here for a month without anyone knowing. I don't think Brad realizes how bad this could get. I'm with Brad on this. We do have things in here that we can use as weapons if we need to. We have everything we could need here, so why risk it for some army shit that's probably not even going to help us that much? Steph agrees with Brad. We should stay in here for now. They're right. No one knows we're here. But she also makes a point. We do need to better protect ourselves than with a broom. And what, some kitchen knives? Maybe we should go in a few hours. It gives us a chance that they might think... It gives us more of a chance that they might have left thinking no one else was in here. The man, who I assume is the boy's father, tries to find the middle ground. Mom, the little boy pulls on his mom's arm to bring her down to his level. He whispers something in her ear. She stands up. We all look at her, expecting her to say something. She looks a bit embarrassed. Does anyone have anything to eat? Tim is hungry, and I'd imagine there's probably others too. Everyone usually goes to the food court for lunch, so we don't have anything in here, but if we go out to the store, there's plenty. I was hoping for a different answer from Kiana. Now this means we will have to go out to the store sooner. Tim's dad gets up from his spot, leaning against the wall, and comes towards me. Maybe only a few of us should go out there. Less chance of us making noise. I'll go. He looks at Kiana. Do you want to come with us? You can let us know where to find things. Of course, Kiana responds. I open the door and go out first, turning on my flashlight to make sure there's nothing out there. Sweeping light over everything in sight. I don't see any demons. I'm Peter, by the way. Tim's dad introduces himself. We stop at the door. I'm Nikki, and that's Kiana. Here, Kiana hands me and Peter each a basket. Thanks. What aisles are candles and matches down? And maybe a radio. Batteries too, if it needs it. I try to think of everything we'll need to last in the back room for a while. Yeah, I'll take you to them, Kiana says. Kiana opens the door. I listen for movement while I wait for Kiana and Peter to go through. I follow after Kiana. She walks down a few aisles before turning and pointing. Candles and matches are down the aisle, left-hand side, about midway. I react first, going down the aisle. I expect them to come with me or wait for me, but Kiana and Peter move on to some other aisles. Right as she said, the candles and matches are in the middle on the left. I fill up my basket with both. It gets kind of heavy. I hobble back to the back room. I set the basket on the floor. I'm going to help the others, I say. I don't know why, but I feel like I need to explain myself to the eyes watching me. Dashing back out of the back room into the store, I can hear some noises further down the aisles. I stop. The other door to the back room is darker than it should be. It's open. Didn't I close that? Maybe someone else opened it after. Kiana, I call out. I hear a small, down here. It's from 2 more aisles down. She comes out before I get to her. Was getting a radio. Did you open that door? Or maybe Peter did? I don't stop looking at the darkness. I half expect something to jump out at us. No, and I left him down the food aisle. She pauses for a moment. Not to creep you out or anything, but I remember it being closed before I went down that aisle. Just what I thought. We aren't alone in this place. Let's go get Peter and get back to the room. Kiana leads the way down the aisle. Hey, we have to get back. We think there might be something else in here. We all hurry back to the room. No one in the back seems to be worried. We close the door behind us and lock it. I pull out a chair from the table and put it against the door. Peter sits down on it. He nods, an understanding between us that he will be the one to hold the door. I assume he's trying to protect his family more than the rest of us. It takes only a moment of silence before there's knocking on the door. It scares us. The calm, quiet knock is strange. It should be loud and angry. There's silence on both sides. I look around. No one looks like they know what to do. Fear has taken over. Peter looks terrified. No one wants to be the one to open the door, just in case. It could be a person, but they would have talked, introduced themselves. We take too long, it seems, as the next knock is angrier. Such a knock that I would expect from a demon. It shakes the whole room. It stomps once again. We can't just wait in here for it to break down the door and come inside. I grab the broom from earlier and prepare myself with it. Unsure of how much the demon may be able to hear, I get Peter's attention and mouth the word "move" to him. He gets the message. Standing up, he quietly takes the chair with him. The door now free and clear, he stands at the ready to open it. He holds the handle with his left and lifts his other hand. He starts with 3 fingers, counting down. 2 fingers, 1 finger. I brace to defend as he pulls the door open quickly. There's nothing there. It ran off. Was it just trying to scare us? No. Well, yes, maybe. I don't trust the darkness any more than what I can see in it. Close it, I tell Peter. He slams the door shut, locks it, and pulls the chair in front and sits back down. Bang, bang, bang. I jump. 3 harsh knocks to the door surprise and scare us all. Steph screams and I can hear her get up and go somewhere. Tim is crying, cuddled up with his mother. Tim looks terrified and unsure if he should be sitting there or not. He grips the chair hard with his white knuckles. We wait exactly where we are. I don't know how much time passes. It feels like hours, though I'm sure it's only minutes. Nothing happens. One by one, people busy themselves. Tim and his mother set about setting up the candles. Steph sets out some food and people grab what they want. The sight of the flame, the stress, the habit, the craving have me reaching for my lighter and smokes. Right before I touch my pocket, I remember I can't leave the room. With a child in it, I assume his parents don't smoke either. Out of respect, I put my craving aside. Still ready and tense, I lean against the wall, staring at the door while the others lighten the room and eat. I'm not hungry. Tim gives his dad the radio. Peter tosses away the packaging. He pulls a tab out from the battery casing and fiddles with the back. I jump along with half the room and static noise comes from the little radio. Peter fiddles with the dial. It doesn't matter what station he goes to, each is playing static. I expect the high-pitched scream of the emergency broadcast system, but I guess someone hasn't activated it. He turns the radio off. It was worth a shot. However, we still have no idea what's going on out there. Maybe now would be a good time to bring up the army store again. If we can make it, there's a set of glass doors we can break through. So I have to pee. Kiana breaks the silence. Well, I guess we have to open the door sooner or later. Sean seems antsy. I think I remember him saying that he has a claustrophobia. Being locked in a small room with a bunch of people is probably enough to set that off. I grab onto the broom. Sean gets Peter off the chair and go back to his family. The chair is moved out of the way, and in a quick moment, the door is unlocked and swung open. Sean picks up the chair to use as a weapon, if he needs to. There's nothing more than darkness out there, but I don't know if we should trust that the demon ran off. The last time we opened the door, he was waiting for us. Who's to say he isn't doing the same thing again? Brad, get a light and shine it out there. Sean orders a reluctant Brad. He pulls out his cell phone and puts the flashlight on, shining the light to every corner he can reach from inside the room. Then Brad moves towards the door a little. Sean tries to guard him as much as possible with the large clunky chair. They creep out of the room. Brad inspects the warehouse with his flashlight, but nothing happens. Maybe the demon did run off. They check the room besides ours. Bathroom's clear. I don't think anyone's in here anymore. Brad is a bit too optimistic for my liking. We need to be certain. With the all clear, Kiana rushes into the bathroom with her light on her cell phone. We need to secure the store, make sure it's safe in here, then we should go to the army store. Peter is on the same page as me. Just because the demon isn't here right now doesn't mean it's left the store. Wait, isn't there a shooting range in this place? Sean says. Yeah, but it's near the movie theater. Do you really want to try making out there with a broom and a chair? Brad reasons. There's knives in the kitchen now, Kiana says as she comes out of the bathroom. Can you take us there? Peter asks her. I assume she nods because Peter continues talking. Great, we leave now. Whoever wants to stay can, but lock the door behind us. For a brief moment, I think that maybe I should stay here, but I don't want to sit and wait to be killed. I'm the last one out of the room. The door is shut and I can hear the lock click. Another click comes from my left. What are you doing? I ask. We need to make sure that thing isn't in here. We lock all the doors and search the room. Once we clear this room, we only unlock one door and move to this door. Someone guards the door to make sure it doesn't sneak back in here. It's basic tactics. While Brad talks, he grabs onto Peter's shoulders and places him in front of the door. Where the hell did you learn that from? Sean sounds a bit in awe and somewhat confused. I can hear the smile in Brad's voice. Video games. Whatever, dude. Cuts the smirk. Cue the smirk in Sean's voice. The rest of us make our way to the other doors. When they are shut and locked, we start our search of this room. There are a lot of places in here that one can hide, especially in the dark. Searching with our lights, we tried to cover every inch of this place. There are 3 aisles back here to go through and the space above the lunchroom. I go down the backmost aisle, sweeping my light down to the end. Nothing here. Up towards the rafters. Nothing. In amongst the boxes, nothing. There are spots up at the top that light doesn't reach. Walking to the end, I try to get the light to reach the space above the lunchroom, but again, the light doesn't reach that area. Sean meets me as I go around the corner. Hey, someone shine a light over here. I can't see. Brad's voice comes from the first aisle. Sean and I go over to him. When we get there, Kiana has a light on him halfway up the shelves. What are you doing? I ask him. I couldn't see anything up here, so I'm climbing up. He climbs up and stands at the top. He grabs onto a rafter to steady himself. Turning on his flashlight app, he sweeps the light over the top of the boxes. I think it's safe to say that thing's not in here. Then come down here and we'll go search the store, Sean says. Doesn't take long for Brad to make his way down. He brushes right past Peter to go to the door. I grip the broom harder as he unlocks and opens the door. He walks out first. With the light sweeping across everything in sight, we follow after him, looking around where our lights reach to double check that he didn't miss anything. Nikki, you should stay here and guard the door. He turns his head to Kiana. Where are the knives? It seems like Brad knows what he's doing. I nod as they all follow Kiana's lead down the aisle 12. It would be difficult to defend myself with a broom if anything did happen to attack. I set my phone on the ground with the light shining up. It lights up enough area that I can see a few meters in each direction. I can hear and see where everyone else is. They split up. Soft light spots appear on the ceiling above different aisles, and a beaming light comes towards me. Peter comes down the aisle in front of me, rounds the corner, and goes down an aisle a few rows down. Brad and Kiana do the same as they reach the end of their aisles. A small echo from the cage scraping makes me grip the broom harder. If the cage is scraping, that means someone had opened it. That demon might be gone, but what if more came in? They check all the aisles before coming back to me in a group. I can now see the knives, each of them grabbed. I pick up my cell phone. All clear, Sean says. Now what? We should tell everyone else that we're safe, then go to the army store, Peter states. We don't need it anymore. We've got knives and this place is safe now. It's stupid to leave here to get more knives. Brad shuts down Peter before pushing past me to go into the warehouse. I look at Peter, who has one eyebrow raised at Brad's back. He's being stupid about this. Behind me, I can hear Brad knocking on the door. It's us. We're safe in the store. You can all come out now. The door unlocks. The small light crack gets larger, and one by one, they come out of the small room. Tim runs to his father. They embrace like they'd been apart for years, not minutes. The mother joins in. Stephanie finds comfort in Brad's arms. When all have calmed, we are left in a near circle, looking at each other in a deafening question of what's next.